Welcome to the Brown Carpet Podcast, where each episode we take a weird real news story and together we twist it into an even weirder film.
We do it live, and we stream it on Facebook so the people at home can join in and make suggestions for the film's title, tagline, casting, soundtrack and story.
And at the end, we make a movie poster for the B-grade masterpiece, We Cook Up.
You can see all the movie posters we've made in the Brown Lit section of our website,
www.thebrowncarpetpod.com.
We also got a sweet-ass merch page on there, so you can pick up a t-shirt, phone case, or throw pillow emblazoned with the BCP logo.
You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher or Spotify, and if you're listening to this, you could be watching all the episodes on our YouTube channel.
Just search for the Brown Carpet Podcast and you can see Corey's pretty little beady face.
If you've got a suggestion of a weird, funny headline you'd like us to turn into champagne cinema, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or email us at thebrowncarpetpod@gmail.com.
And now, let's get to the show.
Yeah.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted headfirst like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice. Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up! No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Sitz?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Brown Carpet Podcast.
Welcome to the Brown Carpet Podcast. My name's Corey Farrell.
And I am Josh Groom.
It's been a minute.
It has been.
Been a hot minute since
It has been almost 2 months.
Yeah, right.
Explain yourself, mate, because I hold you firmly responsible.
Well, I've got a baby in the next room, actually.
Okay, yeah, he's got a baby. Whole world stops for you.
I know, such a great excuse for everything, the baby.
Yeah.
And I've been busy with work.
We knew that you'd hang on to this baby is the best excuse to get out of everything.
Because I love to pike. I'm a piker from way back. I came armed with how busy I was, and I was busy.
Yeah,
I am busy.
You have been busy.
And then you told me your schedule for the next 4 or 5 days.
You've got a wild week ahead, man. It's full on.
And I felt very not busy.
Life has gotten on top of us.
And hasn't even eased in like a gentleman. It's
No lube, no time for lube. And the thing is, we've also got a little side project happening.
We do.
Between the two of us.
Yep. You want to tell us a little bit more about that, Josh? But
Yeah, well,
only a little bit about it.
Just a little bit? Just a tease?
Yeah.
Just a tip. We're, me and Corey are currently in the process
Corey and I.
Yeah, sorry. He's a writer, obviously. Corey and I are currently in the process of writing a screenplay.
Yes.
A serious one this time, not one of these podcast throwaways. This one's legit.
Yes.
It's a legit document that we're putting together. So we're going to need to dedicate a little bit of time to that.
Yep.
And henceforth, we're going to be taking a little bit of
After the 50, we're going to have a hiatus.
There'll be a little bit of a hiatus.
And then we're going to move to Hollywood.
Bags of coke, hookers. And I will sell the kid.
Kid's the first thing to go.
Yep.
I want that on record somewhere that I've said that.
Yep.
Like, I will get rid of my child. Silver.
The slightest modicum of success.
If you can hear this, Daddy did love you up until this moment where he sold his script.
Yep.
And also saying that we've said it, if we don't do it now, then we're filthy liars.
Yeah.
And we're the scum of the earth.
Yep.
No, it's exciting. We've been wanting to do it for a while.
We've talked some shit, and now we've set it on tape. So
yeah, it's a horror. It's going to be a horror film.
But in the meantime, we have 2 more episodes to deliver you.
Now, Josh, I know tonight's headline is TV themed.
Very much so.
Maybe our top 3 should be what are our favourite top 3 sitcoms, television sitcoms.
You mean it's time for the top 3?
Yeah.
Let's play the song.
It's the top 3. The motherfucking top 3.
It's the top 3.
Top 3.
Corey?
Yes?
Can you let me know what your top 3 television sitcoms are?
Television sitcoms?
Yeah.
The Office US.
Oh, why would you start with that?
See, I know you don't like that. I mean,
I was happy with everything you said there until
Ricky
US.
Gervais is genius, limited series, great, but Steve Carell, Michael Scott was such a more endearing boss. Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute, it was just such a better show.
No, mate.
It became its own.
It's a fucking husk, is what it is.
It's not.
It's
you haven't watched it.
Shell of a good idea.
If you've watched it, you wouldn't say it.
I watched the first season, mate, and it was
But
deep.
the first season was a kind of a copy of the.
How many seasons? That did like 50
10.
seasons.
There's 10 seasons.
That's like 9 seasons.
Because they were very successful.
Success does not equal good. Big Bang Theory.
Well,
what else you got?
I love a show called Only Fools and Horses. It was a UK show from the 70s, I believe. Only Fools and Horses.
Okay.
Del Boy. It was like they were two like Cockney, lived in Peckham, and they were like independent traders. They would flog stuff on the street, and it was all dodgy. And they would always find themselves in hilarious hijinks.
Okay.
And last one would be Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I've won a trivia.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
I won a trivia about that show.
Very proud of that.
Josh.
Seinfeld,
I bet.
Seinfeld, yeah.
So mainstream.
Number 2 for me would be Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
It's a modern classic.
It's great.
Cast, top to bottom, is amazing. I don't think you'll ever get an assembly of characters like that again. All played by such solid, hilarious. The chemistry.
Yeah.
I went on a binge when I was in the van in America.
Yeah.
I watched the entire series start to finish, and very proud of myself for that one.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Classic.
What a show. Woody Harrelson, Ted Danson, Shelley Long.
Yeah.
George Wendt.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's good top 3.
Should we get to the headline?
Let's do it.
The headline for tonight's episode is...
Yeah.
Someone left old TVs outside 50 homes in Virginia while wearing a TV on his head, and no one knows why. There's a video that accompanies this one.
It's good.
It was kind of like Christmas, except it was August. The only presents were vintage television sets, and Santa had a TV on his head. Residents of more than 50 households in Henrico County woke up this weekend to find old-style TVs outside their doorsteps. Police began receiving reports about the TVs early on Sunday. By the morning, their phones were clogged with calls. Everyone started coming out of their houses, walking around the neighbourhood, looking at the TVs there on the doorstep, said Janine Brooksbank, one of the recipients who lives in Hampshire neighbourhood.
Not a real person?
It was very Twilight Zone. You don't believe in Janine Brooksbank?
No, I believe in her.
Each home received exactly one TV, carefully placed so it faced inward towards the door.
It is like a reverse Black Mirror episode in that it's not future tech.
It's like anti-tech.
It's anti-tech.
Some deliveries were caught on the residents' doorbell cameras, and that's where things got truly bizarre. The Givers had TVs instead of faces.
I love this, the Givers.
The Givers. The videos reveal at least one of the deliverymen. He wears a TV set on his shoulders, positioned so it obscures his face. We determined there was no credible threat to residents, and that was strictly an inconvenience, said Matt Pecker, a lieutenant with the local police department.
I wonder if Pecker's a hard man.
Hard Pecker. He's a big softie. After borrowing a truck from the county's solid waste department, a half dozen police officers collected the television sets in about an hour on Sunday. The county will recycle them.
There was like 60, wasn't there?
50.
No, I read 60.
Controversial. So what do you reckon, mate? Where are we going to go with that?
They were like very lighthearted about it. I love the term the giver. Could be real dark, like kind of supernatural or something, you know, like...
So you think the bloke with the TV on his head is being driven by some higher power?
Yeah.
So maybe he's our main character, this bloke with a TV on his head. Who is he? What's his deal? Where did he get 50 fucking old TV sets from?
Well, he's a TV repairman. No.
Maybe fired shamefully.
No, current.
Oh, current.
But like in a small town, hasn't caught up with the times. He's almost out of business. Well, he's out of business.
Yeah, right, because everyone's onto the flat screens.
He owns the shop, so he doesn't have rent to pay, but he just goes there and just tinkers with old TVs.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a smart TV these days.
Does he have a wife? This is a single man.
No.
Yeah.
No, his wife's dead. Long dead.
TV-related accident.
Yeah.
A wall of big
CR2s fell on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's just a lonely old coot.
Anyone in mind to play the coot? How old? 50s?
Yeah, 50s. Not super old.
Anyone in mind?
Speaking of Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
The other Ron. The hippie Ron.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
He's in everything. He's in that Western film. He's got the grey moustache.
Oh, you're talking about Sam Elliott?
Sam Elliott's
not a bad... Yeah, Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
He'd actually be a pretty good creepy dude.
Yeah.
Older guy.
And you'd like him a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
A bit endearing.
Yeah, okay. Sam Elliott. He's a TV repairman whose business is falling apart because no one wants to buy an old tube set anymore. Everyone wants the LEDs.
All he knows how to do he's got a fucking warehouse full of old TVs.
Yeah, stacked to the ceiling.
So his only purpose in life is to tinker with these TVs.
Yeah. I reckon he'd be the kind of dude that almost in Elvis way, he'd have like a wall of like 20 sets that he watches.
And he's got different channels on every one of them.
Have them tuned in, and he'll just switch up the volume on one, volume down on the other. No remotes.
Yeah.
All old school. Got to go in and twist the knob and stuff to get them to work.
Yep.
Maybe one night he's dialing in, trying to find, I don't know, the news or whatever it is.
Mm.
And as he goes through 2 channels, he gets a little flicker of a signal coming through, like a half channel, if you will.
Oh, between 2 channels.
Between 2 channels. It's not a bad title. Between 2 channels. So maybe he goes back to the workshop, gets some gaffer tape, and manages to gaffer down the channel knob.
Yeah, and
he
starts doing it to the whole wall. It's like, what the fuck is this channel?
And yeah, maybe when you combine a half channel on a wall of TV sets, it becomes one image across all the TVs.
That's good. And he has the right amount of TVs. It's like the perfect.
Just the perfect right amount. Like it's made for him.
Yeah.
Like a curated channel just for him.
Yeah.
What's on the show?
Oh, like a 24-hour infomercial show.
Like a shopping network?
Yeah, but it's selling like weird products that you'd like, combinations of products, like a weird...
Like a footbath that also shuffles
It's a fondue set.
Yes.
Like really weird shit. It's really like, it's poorly lit, like public access TV. It's really eerie.
Yeah.
Like, it's got an eerie vibe to it.
Maybe it's hosted by Zach Galifianakis.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And he's a bit gaunt. He's missing chunks of hair and stuff. Like he's not looking well.
Yeah.
Sickly.
That's great.
Yeah.
And
selling you these weird products that you don't need.
You don't need or don't exist.
But in between these products that he's flogging,
they keep breaking the fourth wall and,
Zach will
talking
talk
directly to him.
Directly to
So
Sam
he's
Elliott.
thinking, am I losing my mind or is this a real channel? But what are they... He's being instructed.
What's his poison? What does he do? Like, what's his vice? Is he a drinker?
No, I don't
Smoker?
know. I think he's pretty straighty 180.
Okay.
I think we need to establish that he's pretty sharp. He would be kind of terrified that he's losing his mind. So he's not someone who takes drugs. So he's not someone who knows what...
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, he's never really... He's always in control.
Yeah.
I think we established he's a bit of a control freak.
Yep.
He's OCD, like
Very
with the
much
wall,
so.
with the TV wall.
Yeah.
He's very... Like, for someone who's got like a shop, it's meticulous with all his tools.
Yep, everything in its right place.
Right. So when he starts to not being able to reason why this is happening, turns the TVs off, gets freaked out.
Yep.
But then,
But like you said, that's his only mission in life, is to build TVs.
That's
so
right.
he's got to go back in the room.
Because I think for the first time he notices it, that Zach Galifianakis looks at him and goes, "Isn't that right, John?" And he goes, "What?" And he freaks out, turns it off. So he's lying in bed thinking about like, what the fuck was that? And he can't help himself.
Yeah.
Comes down in his slippers, his old man nighty or whatever, robe.
Middle of the night, like 3 a.m.
And starts turning it on.
One at a time.
It's almost like a combination lock.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
You know, like 3 on that one, 5 on that one,
Yep.
you know, like all different numbers.
The first one he turns on, it's just the eye, sort of looking at him.
What's the message?
I think the message should be a larger cause.
Yeah.
But let's
like
keep
mind control,
let's
obviously.
keep that. Yeah, let's keep that under wraps, because essentially what they're getting him to do is deliver these TVs to all these houses, and perhaps these TVs have an intention of
being turned on,
and
used as control,
spreading
machines.
the mind control. So they're building an army.
Yes.
So what's the army's purpose?
Well, what's hot right now?
Veganism.
Veganism's hot.
Be neat, eat less meat, as Ellen DeGeneres would say.
Hey. All right. Well,
maybe the overarching mission
there we go.
is to kill Ellen DeGeneres. For the time being, maybe they're not so overt about it.
No.
At this point, the message is just, you need to deliver these TVs to the people.
Because I think he just can't sleep. Maybe the signal is like, it has something in the signal.
Like it's a sort of subtle form of hypnotism.
Yeah.
Like they're creating a sleeper agent within him.
And he just becomes this drone. He's in a trance, hypnotized, and then he just starts compulsively. And like people are looking at, what's he doing with those TVs? Like he's loading them up, and they're say, "Hey, John." He's like, doesn't answer them. He's in his
at weird hours too. Like 1 a.m. he's loading TVs into the back of the van.
Yeah,
by moonlight.
He'd be the chief suspect though, right? If people
100%.
If people saw him, it's like, it's the TV guy.
Yeah.
Who in town?
But the thing is, he's a sleeper agent, so he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's almost in a trance when he's doing it.
Yeah, it's like he's blacked out.
You know, even if the police were to roll up, he's got no explanation.
He doesn't know what's happened.
And so one night, the flashing imagery wakes him up in the middle of the night. Maybe he's in bed asleep.
Yep.
Boom, the TV wall just comes on and starts like pulsating. There's like a tone or something. Maybe it's a song. Maybe it's like that Carly Rae Jepsen song, Call Me Maybe, starts playing like really slowly in kind of like 8-bit mode or something. What's a good song that could be like the trigger? Maybe something with like Ellen in the name. I think there's a Taylor Swift song that's something about Ellen.
Yeah, but it's like pitched down, like really weird, warpy.
And it's like playing.
Yeah.
And he sits bolt upright in bed at night.
Yeah.
He's completely out.
Yeah.
But completely under the control.
Yeah.
Walks to the van, gets in, gloves on.
Puts a TV on his head.
Puts the TV on his head.
Yeah. He becomes this.
Drives out into
he
the
becomes
night.
the giver.
50 TVs are delivered to the doorsteps of 50 houses all around the neighbourhood. I'm sure some people would call the cops, but maybe 50% of the people take these tellies inside. They're kind of like a bit interested. Oh, fucking free TV. So they're Trojan horsing basically this sort of virus into their house.
Okay, so what you're saying is some people hang on to these TVs.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe it's 1 week to the day after the deliveries. The message starts again. Subliminal, the sound, that same song, that warbled Taylor Swift song with Ellen in the title.
You're a big Taylor Swift fan. Not many people know that about Josh.
I am. I'm a hardcore Swiftie.
Is that what they're called, Swifties?
Swifties.
I thought that was just a quick wristy you got in a public toilet. Swiftie.
It's called All Because of Ellen.
It's really weird, all because of Ellen.
With Zac Efron, I think. Anyway, it's a version of that song, but it's playing really warbled and weird and freaky. And
okay.
That song begins, middle of the night. These 20 people all sit bolt upright in bed, including Sam Elliott, our mate, walk to the living room. They stand there like a zombie in front of the screen.
Sleeper cells. But what's their message?
Maybe the message they're getting is a date and a time of an Ellen show that they need to attend.
Right.
One of Ellen's tapings.
In the studio audience.
Studio audience.
Maybe he knows that she's coming to that town.
Okay, she's doing...
They know that Ellen's doing a tour.
She's doing like a regional tour.
It's all very scheduled in.
And they need to get tickets. This sleeper cell army all log on that night, which is the night that tickets go on sale, so they're all front of the queue.
Yep.
And they all get tickets to be in the studio audience, front row. And then they go back to bed and they don't remember a thing about it. They receive an email the next day going, "Congratulations, tickets to the Ellen show."
So what? Who would want Ellen dead?
So she's a spokesperson for veganism, yeah?
Okay. Meat industry. A big meat head honcho. Big pork chop of a lad.
The beef lord.
Beef lord.
Yeah. The bloke who plays Hank Schrader in Breaking Bad.
Great casting.
What's his name?
Dean Norris.
Dean Norris. He's like the head of Big Beef.
He's got a fucking Texan 10-gallon hat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Broad southern
always
accent.
with a toothpick picking meat out of his teeth.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He's always picking meat out of his teeth.
Yeah, gnarly as fuck.
Yeah.
So he's the puppeteer. They're the meat puppets.
They're the meat puppets.
He's the beef lord. So he's sent them all to the Ellen show.
Yeah.
And perhaps Taylor Swift is the special guest on this episode of the Ellen show.
It's high stakes. Sorry.
High stakes. So Taylor walks out and they start performing the song. It's Because of Ellen's song.
Yeah.
And it's at that point all their eyes kind of like glaze over.
That's kill mode.
Storm the stage.
They're not going to kill Ellen. We're not going to kill Ellen, are we?
Are we not?
Does our hero by this point realise that he's not mad, there is a real thing, and that he has to stop it?
Yeah, maybe he's got security cameras around his house.
Yeah, he does.
And they don't record audio. So that audio, which is used as the main hypnosis, that's absent. So when he just watches it without being hypnotized, he's able to see the messages flashing up. He's able to hit pause. He's got great timing on the pause button. He can hit pause and see those subliminal flashes. Kill Ellen, deliver TV. All these words start popping up.
Yeah.
He starts putting it together. I've been delivered this message
Yeah.
while I was under.
Yeah.
Now seeing it in the light
And
of day.
he doesn't know who by or what. He just knows he has to get to the fucking.
He just knows the
get
time
to
and
the
the
taping
date.
of Ellen.
Yep.
And stop whatever's going to happen. He doesn't. I don't think he even knows what's going to happen.
No.
And then he just he's in the back. He's in the crowd and he just sees them get up like one by one. They just stand up.
Well, if the song's playing, he's going to be hypnotized too. How does he stop it? Maybe he
because
realizes...
Ellen dances all the time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So when the song
constant music.
So that's the cue, right?
So maybe he's wearing big earmuffs,
and that's
so he doesn't get the audio.
But also too, that's kind of a confusing time because everyone gets up.
Yeah.
So and everyone's dancing. So he's looking for people that aren't dancing, that are standing.
Yeah, that are standing. So maybe he's put on headphones, gaffer tape them on, so there's absolutely no sound can get in.
So what does he do?
I mean, he might have to sacrifice himself in order to save Ellen.
Does he just kill them all?
Kill all the sleeper cells.
On live Ellen TV.
Yeah. This madman enters and kills the front row.
But the thing is, though, no one else knows about this.
No. He just looks like a lunatic.
He's just been filmed killing 9 people.
Yeah.
10 people live on Ellen.
Yeah. Little does anyone know.
No, but
he's
just saved their fucking life.
He's saved
oh my god!
Not only the planet. He's like the untold Greta Thunberg of our time because he's sacrificed his own life. He's gonna it's a life in jail.
But he's like Charles Manson now.
Yeah. Everyone thinks he's a lunatic, but what he's actually done, he's brought veganism forward.
I love that.
He stopped the beef lord.
I love that it ends like that. That everyone he did a noble thing.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks he's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's lunatic.
That's kind of Twilight Zone-y.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of like. Yeah, that's good. That's a good way to tie it up.
So it ends with Sam Elliott rotting in jail.
Yeah.
Singing the song over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just whistling
it
as we pan down
Electric chair.
Oh,
Last meal, what do you want? Steak. Or something.
Yeah.
No, that's too cheesy, isn't it?
Maybe like Ellen's coming in for does it like an in-prison interview with him.
They reprise it after the credits.
Yeah. It's just Ellen face to face with him, like a 60-minute special.
And he's like, I saved you, Ellen. You don't even know. And she's like, that's fucking
It was
crazy.
the beef lord.
This guy's
All the meat
crazy.
puppets are out to get you. None of this shit makes any sense to Ellen.
No.
Do we have a title for this lunacy?
Meat Puppets is good.
To Ellen back.
The stakes are high when you go to Ellen back. I do like Meat Puppets.
Should we call it Meat Puppets?
Meat Puppets.
The stakes are high when you go to Ellen back.
Okay, so who plays Ellen?
Ellen.
Anne Heche? Yeah. Anne Heche plays Ellen.
She does look similar.
They do.
No,
that's why they broke up.
You got to get Ellen to play Ellen.
No, Ellen doesn't want to be part of this film.
This is a pro-veganism film.
Is it?
The message is don't eat
Meat's
meat.
bad. Yeah, I guess so.
Soundtrack.
Shake Hands with Beef, Primus.
Yes. The Meat Puppets, obviously.
Yeah.
Bit of Morrissey.
Meat is Murder.
Yeah. Is that a film?
That's a film. Oh, we could cast other people, but they're just generic.
Get Zac Efron in.
Zach Galifianakis is in the infomercials.
Dean Norris, Ellen DeGeneres, and Sam.
EP49. We got there. So until next time, don't forget to flash.
See you, cunts.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
He jumped over 3 linebackers in midair, sprouted headfirst like a gazelle.
No one laughs at a master of quack fool.
Real nice. Many have died from starvation due to the difficulty of finding enough food, such as seals.
Shut up! No more Mr. Nice Duck. That's it. Right, Mr. Six?
What do you make of that? You know, it's the most fantastic story I've ever heard.
The Round Carpet Podcast.
We only need 2 claps.
Oh, God. That's sounding wetter each time, dude.
Oh, it's Chernobyl in his fucking crotch. Welcome to the podcast.
Fuck a duck in the ass.
Fuck, I'm rusty as a dunny door in the breeze. Josh is he's laughing.
I'm Josh.
This guy.
Yeah.
Damien. Should I start that again?
Yeah. I think that's the first line Damo said on this podcast. Hitler is not that bad.
Can we turn that into a dance tune? Yeah. Hitler's not that bad. Go, sorry.
That's a big one.
Welcome to the Flight Path Podcast, where we monitor the flight paths over the inner west of Sydney.
Stand by in 10 minutes. We should be getting another one going to Perth.
That was a 747.
That bird sounded like she was going to Bali. What do you think, Corey? Hang on a second, Corey. I think we've got one going to Indonesia.
Phuket.
Phuket. No, you're right. You're right.
Dutch girls must be punished for having big boobs. Now, you do not punish someone, Dutch or otherwise, for having big boobs.
If anything, they should be rewarded.
They should be equal.